Shooby do. We are live. 10 seconds in. Get some comments here. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for.
Cool. There we go. Yeah. Let's
There
get
we
rid
go.
of that.
Cool.
Let me do it like this.
I'm in the game.
Yeah. Let's get rid of that.
Why?
Let me do it like this.
I'm in the
What the hell?
game.
I wonder why I didn't queue up right.
She was in. Coach.
Yeah, there we go. Going to get that part. Oh, Fuego's in the building. There we go. Look at there. Got all the ladies in the building.
Hey, Miss
All
Fuego.
the ladies. All
I
the
didn't know we're
ladies.
wearing hats tonight.
We didn't
I have a
necessarily.
hat on every week.
It's Gold Mike night.
I
It's Gold
literally
Mike
have a
night.
hat on every. Yeah, Gold Mike night.
My mic sounds nice. Check one.
I have a mic. I haven't set it up yet, though.
There we go. Good
Ooh,
evening.
you
Good
playing
evening.
my
Good
song.
evening. Your song. But you rescue me from reaching for the bottle.
For the bottle.
Y'all don't know nothing about that. Anywho, and brought me back. Oh, wait a minute.
Back from being too far
gone. Good evening to you guys. It's Gentlemen After Dark Wednesday. It's your boy Onyx. Well, some of y'all boy. Good evening to you. We're going to get this party started. PK said, DJ Onyx. What? Right? I can mix it a little bit. We're going to give folks a few minutes to just tap on in here. For the record, I do not own the rights to this here music, but we playing it because we enjoy good music. So, let me do this. We're only missing two. Miss 3 says she might be a little bit late. Snoopy Cliff Mellow should be tapping in any minute. I see the chat is very, very, very active. It's hot out there. I see y'all. Should we do? What is this? Here. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and get started by acknowledging the chat. The folks that's in the chat, we just gonna run down this little list real quick, fast, in a hurry. I see you, PK. Memphis is in the building as always. We appreciate your support. Melanie said, I'm at work, but we're happy to have you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. It's my brother, Busy. Busy's in the building. He says, good evening, peeps. Eric Johnson's in the building. I see you, man. He says, good evening, beautiful people.
Hi, Clutch.
Tanya Perry's in the building. I see you. Thank you for tapping in. I got my cousin in the building, Bakari. What up with you, man? Give your mom a hug for me. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for being here. Christopher Gordon's in the building.
Uncle
what up,
in the
man?
building.
That's what's up. Jay Easy. I see you, man. I see you. Look, we even got New Orleans in the building, y'all. Keita Beck. I see you. Thank you for being here, little lady.
The movement, man.
Appreciate
the
you.
Yes.
Desmond. I see you, Desmond. I had to go in my own closet and come up. You see my beanie? You see my beanie? I had to wear my Clippers beanie because Desmond ain't gave me no beanie yet. But I ain't gonna say nothing. Anywho, Yvette Minor, I see you. That's my sis. Thank you for being here. She's always supportive of those gentlemen. Every lady loves a gentleman. Appreciate you. Papa Sims, I see you, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Berdina's here, y'all. I know she's getting excited. It's countdown to Super Bowl, whatever number it is. The red versus the red. I don't know which is which. Should I hang with the red team or should I hang with the red team? But anywho,
two different shades, I guess, maybe.
Right? Two different shades of red. Ketchup red or tomato red. Or that's pretty much the same thing. Huh?
Yes, same thing. Ketchup is like a tomato smoothie. So
we do.
Yeah.
My cousin is in the building. Shouts out to my folks in Mississippi. They is in here. I see you, cousin. Cousin Yasmin, she's in here. Or so, shall I say Jasmine? Jocelyn is in the building. I ain't seen you in a minute, Joss. A BF all the way from Pittsburgh, y'all. Pittsburgh is in the building tonight. Nadine, I see you. Thank you for being here. Time is running out for you, Nadine. I need my episode of Gentlemen After Dark with you. So we need to make that happen real soon. Anywho, thank you for the Tennessee whiskey. We're gonna bring that to a it's done. Now, without further ado, I don't know where Snoopy Cliff Mellow is, but we're gonna go ahead and get the show started. We got a few folks on the panel, the Grown Folk the Grown Folk Network in the building. We're gonna start from the top left. She just smiling. Oh, it was good. We're gonna start from the top left and we're gonna run it across, y'all. We got Miss Day in the building, y'all. We got Auntie Low in the building, y'all.
Hey.
Fuego is back in the building. Shouts out to Lil Diesel for fighting and making it through.
Thank you.
Let me give him another shot.
Yes.
T is back, y'all. She's in the building, ready to go with her gold mic and
ready
all.
to go.
I see you. The dude, Devin. And all the way to my extreme right, the best dressed trucker out there. He said, but he's gotten another name. He is definitely TROUBLA. BLE is trouble. Is Doughboy.
Yeah.
Duck, y'all, because he's shooting up in here. Good evening to you. And I'm your host, Onyx. That's it. I'm sure that the rest will jump in. I'm sorry, I should have gave myself one.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. And that's how it starts.
And that's how it starts.
Every time. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Can I just say, you guys probably discussed this the last couple of weeks, but I'm loving all the new names I'm seeing popping in from different areas.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Love it. Love it.
Shouts out to my chat. That's what we were referring to the audience as the chat. They are here. Deidre, I see you. Good evening to you.
That's my cousin.
The energy from the chat is really what's making this that much more fun for us here behind the screen. So hey, the Grown Folk Network is in full effect. Let me just say this. It is Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. Last week we learned some things. I think it was slut butt, or is it slut bucket? I don't know which one it is, but buck. But yeah, let me cover this Goldie up because it's popping. I learned something, man. Last week I was excited. Stay tuned, y'all, because we got something hot coming up for that one. Yeah, this is gonna be past PG-13, and hopefully we don't get kicked off. But anywho, shouts out to my girl. Yeah. Anywho, you had me like, wait, what? Anywho, Irma, I see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We're gonna go ahead and get this party started. I wrote down a couple of good questions, you guys. We're gonna start it off. We are in the month of February, and we all know that traditionally February is listed as what?
Heart Health Month.
Oh wow.
It is.
She came with Heart Health Month. Okay, thank you. Black History Month. Here we go. It's Black History Month, y'all. So let's talk about that for a minute. Black history. I got a couple of good questions, I think.
Who did you skip? Did you skip Tamara real quick?
Ooh.
Did I skip Tamara?
Ooh.
Oh.
You in
no,
trouble.
It just popped up right now. I'm sorry. The last person I said was Irma. And there was no Tamara, but good evening, Tamara. And since you are here, I apologize. But tonight's episode of Gentlemen After Dark, Flavor Flames Candles.
There, that made up for it.
That made up for it? Matter of fact,
That
look,
was a good save.
let's
Yeah.
go
That was a
ahead
good
and
save.
light up with flavor. How about that? I do have to say thank you, Tamara. You was just a little tardy for the party, but I did receive this package on my doorstep. It's a
Oh,
big
finally.
box. Oh, I didn't open it, but I can't wait to open it after the show. But thank you, Tamara.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I
See,
appreciate you.
we call it the unboxing.
Yeah, the unboxing.
Oh my god,
The
y'all make me
unboxing.
sick.
Who
Anywho,
started?
let's start this off right now, y'all. Let's do this. The question. You guys want the question or you want the picture? Which one do you want?
Oh man.
I'll
The
take
lesser,
box
the le-
number
Picture.
two.
the,
Box
look, the
number
lesser of
two.
two
Take box
evils.
number two.
The lesser of two evils.
The
Picture.
question or the picture? The picture. Okay, here we
Picture.
go. We're gonna go with the picture. Dun, 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 dun. In lieu of it being Black History Month, I'm gonna post this picture, and I want you just to simply share your thoughts. I wish I could make it bigger, but it's big enough.
No.
And I chose this picture, you guys,
No.
because traditionally Black History Month is Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman. We have
That's
gone
about
so
it.
far past history to where we are now in the present. Let me tap this young man in real fast. There he is. Black history. What do you think when you see this picture? And I'm sorry for you all that's covered in the middle, but I'm gonna just keep it up here for a minute.
I think of unity.
I think of the title "Ass Whooping by the Sea."
I see something a little bit deeper than that because you see the cell phone. If you look at the cell phone, it's only zooming in on it. It looks like one person is doing something to one other person,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's it. So it's that perspective thing too, because of course everybody had their phones out while it was going
Right.
on.
Right.
So you gotta
I
look at
wish I
all
would have
of it.
had some stocks in them folding chairs after this.
Man,
Man,
see,
Oh man. Any other thoughts?
I mean, I can definitely piggyback off the unity. You know, it's sad that it takes something like that for people to come together. You know, people of color to come together, but coming together nonetheless is a positive
Echo.
thing.
I got an echo. Somebody's listening to themselves by way of out loud audio.
That ain't me.
Ain't me. Okay.
check.
Carry on.
It's Miss Day.
I know if fuck around and find out was a painting.
Oh, now that's
What she say?
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
I'm sorry.
that's a good one.
If fuck around and find out was a painting.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, Miss
That's
Day.
intense right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
Hi, Snoop.
I
he
like
is
that.
here. He's a little tardy for the party, but he's definitely here in the building. It's my little big brother, Snoopy Cliff Mello.
The assassin.
I
The
do hear
assassin,
echo.
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
look
I'm
at
not sure.
Damon's comment.
Let me get back to the comments. I see some latecomers. Damon Jackson's in the building. Tanya Tatum's in the building. And let me just say it one more time. Hey, Tamara. Tamara's in the building too, y'all.
Yeah. Fix it because you're gonna have everybody in here in trouble.
Damon says, when I see this photo, I see you gonna learn today. Hey, come on, man. You gonna
That's
learn today.
a
Shoot,
good
did you
lesson. A good lesson.
Okay.
The study hall.
For study hall. Look at you.
Yeah,
It really is unity. It's about time. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation that this how we had to come
Yeah.
together, but you know what I'm saying? It was about them really coming together just to be like, hey, you ain't gonna,
Defending
do
one of
that man like
defending one
that,
of
and
the
then turn around and walk and just be chilling on your boat like you didn't just do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, I can't be mad at it. I'm glad to see it, although it's a violent situation, which I don't condone, but I understand. Yes,
You
sir.
understand? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it was enough already.
Right.
You
Okay.
know, it's like that. You can only keep
Fed
Enough.
your
up.
foot on
Enough.
Just
somebody's
fed up.
neck for so
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
before
Mm.
they gonna give you back probably more than you ever thought they would. So enough already.
Because I
Yeah.
guarantee you that was not the first time that they did that.
Right.
Yeah, it happened to Emmett Till.
Yeah.
They don't, and they still refuse to. When you post that picture or something like that, they don't even want you to show that picture. But that right there was the beginning of the civil rights movement, which is what ended up happening in Alabama. So people thinking about that stuff, even if it's on the inside, like, hey man, I'm
Right.
sick of this, and
Yep.
I'm just snaps.
Mhm.
So it's coming from
That's all.
somewhere. It's not just a random act of violence.
Okay.
Okay.
So with that, I'll just extend this topic just a smidget with this question. What is Black history to you? And Fuego, you are not exempt
Oh
from this
man.
question. You are not exempt from this question.
Oh,
What is Black history to you?
It's a little deep. To me, Black history
Yeah.
is, I mean, you can go in several different directions. It's in its word, it's his story, it's not our story, because, you know, there's been a lot of lies that have been put out. Year 23 and 24, you know, that's the year of the truth, and it's a lot of stuff that has been coming out. So, you know, is history what we know it, that it's not the truth, in my opinion. So, I feel like, to me, Black history is a bunch of lies, you know, but it also has a bunch of truths within itself, within us as Black people or colored people, however you want to say it, the political correct way. Um, and I mean, the only thing we can do now is rewrite it and change the narrative and what has been put out there.
How is Black history a lie when it's Black history? If you do your own research, you're gonna find the history there.
Well, if you do
If
research
you do
from
your if
people
you
that
do
have,
your research, you're gonna find the Black history there. So it's not fake.
well, it's I mean, of course we have a past in order to get to the present. There has to be a past, but the way that it has been portrayed and hidden, you know, because they always say if you want to hide something from us, put it in a book, and a lot of us
Right.
don't read and do our own research, so we just go off
Mm-hmm.
posts that we see on social media or a news clip, and that's what we take and run with as the truth. So I agree with you. Yeah, there
Mm-hmm.
we do have a history, but it's just the way that it has been presented to us is not true.
Well, you know,
Or you know, like for
that all depends. Like that, you know, and that's why I say I blame the parents. I blame the people before you that's in your family. Like in my family, my dad made sure that we knew what our history was. Like my dad was. We always been a I'm black and I'm proud family. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't learn Black history from uh, the history books that we were taught in school. I learned Black history from my home. So I blame the parents. Like, how many of you have actually sat down and just taught your children Black history?
Yeah.
Raise your hands.
I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
But here's the
You
thing.
know, it has to be taught in the home. That's how come we have so many of these young generations right now. Because if you're not teaching your children to teach their children about the history, then we have situations right now with these young children, and they're in their yearbooks with a collar wrapped around them and four white people standing behind them, or
But
Hmm.
they
if you're
laying on the ground and they got white people with their foot on their head because
but
they
if you're
don't know that,
teaching
or they say
um
there is no racism. Racism no longer exists. because it starts
That's
in
not
our
true.
Black homes to teach Black history.
I mean, if you're teaching something that you're okay, so your parents learned it from somewhere, and their parents learned it from somewhere. Somewhere down that line, our history was kind of erased, and I'm not,
Whitewashed.
like so like they knocked the nose off the Sphinx to try to say that that is not a African or a black person or whatever, and like hieroglyphs where they tried to chip them off and hide them, but when the rivers receded, there was a bunch more revealed. So our truth has been distorted. So unless a person has physically went to some places to see these actual our depictions of our history, then how can you then teach that truth to your child? You know what I mean? So yeah, there is some facts that remain, but there's a lot that has been lost and washed away. And they did that was done on
On
purpose, not they,
purpose.
but that was done on purpose. So we do forget who we are, and like our tongues were cut out for speaking our original language and believing our own religion and all this. I mean, there's so many different topics that you can dive off into, but in general, I feel like you're right. We have to do teach our children because each one teach one. The truth that we do know, pass that down. But there still has to be a lot more done, and it's gonna take just as much time to dig up that history and bring it back as it did to erase it. So it's not something that's gonna happen overnight. Um, Definitely it take I think a generation or two, maybe three to get it right.
Right. I'll say this: our Black history, our knowledge of our Black history is limited.
Yes.
It's limited because some of us handicap ourselves. We don't open up the books. But then, even for those of us who have opened up the books were created, written by who? Whose account of the history is it? Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of scenarios and situations, especially in the South, that we have no idea about. You ever been in the woods in the South and wondered, how did this grass get so green? How did those trees grow as tall as they have? You have no idea what's under the earth
Under those.
in those woods. Living Black history
Swamps.
sometimes is even more educational than ever. Town, Mississippi. I went there as a young boy, not so young that I didn't understand and comprehend. But we took a trip. I've told this story before. We took a trip to the Piggly Wiggly, which is the local market in Town. That's Tyler, Tyler, but Tylertown. And when you put all your groceries on that little belt and the clerk is not black and she watched you put all your groceries on that belt and then said, "Oh no, this line is closed.
Mhm.
Mm.
This line is closed." But on the flip side of the coin, guess what? I'm a product of San Fernando Valley. 6 years of my life spent in the valley, right? I can hang with the good, I can hang with the bad. I can hang with the blue, I can hang with the red. I can hang with the black, I can hang with the white because I learned that in 6 years. Snoopy Cliff Mello can attest to it. We spent the same amount of time, just at different times, in the same environment. So, our education of Black history, as I stated in the beginning, it's limited. We know about Martin Luther King. We've been hearing about Martin Luther King for all of our years, but there's other stories out there that we have truly missed. They truly still have impact on us. When you catch one of them uh, Amazon Prime independent movies that somebody then created, and they tell you what happened over here in Hickville, Lululu land, or whatever, and you like, what? They wiped out the whole community, and then you get mad about it because it still affects us.
Right.
Prejudices, etc., included. So we definitely have to take a moment to educate ourselves as the parent, because most of us as parents, we only took in what our parents gave us. Even with my mom at the Piggly Wiggly, my mom told me, "Don't you say nothing." Huh? What you mean? Don't say nothing. This lady, I'm about to go ham. She said no, because you don't live here. You live in California, where things
Yep.
is different.
Yes.
So, just food for
Yeah.
thought. I think everybody makes legitimate points. Those of us who never been to the South, hey, listen. True story. My daughter went to Atlanta for her third time. We went to Atlanta for Thanksgiving. We commuted by car from Atlanta back to New Orleans to go to the Bayou Classic. We
Hmm.
stopped at one of them general Dollar Tree stores. There was a Caucasian guy. That's the proper way to say it. Caucasian guy stocking the shelf. But Sasha picked up on him real quick. She said, "Dad, he don't like black people, huh?" I said, "Well,
Hmm.
why'd you say that, baby girl?" Well, first of all, he never acknowledged us at all. And we walked down the aisle and was trying to shop off of what he was trying to stock. He never stopped what he was
Hmm.
doing. He didn't acknowledge us, none of the above. So there are lessons out there to be learned. For us blessed to be in a city like Los Angeles, it's cool, but guess what? It ain't so cool. Why? Because those in the South, they let you know, I don't like you
In your face. Yeah.
to your face.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
Those
Most
in this here city that don't like you, they're not gonna say
Wear
nothing. They're gonna
masks.
kiki. Everything is
Hmm.
good.
Yep.
And they hitting you in the back of your head at the same time. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
I think Black history has been turned into big business.
Yeah.
I've been kind of
Absolutely.
waiting on everybody, but it's been turned into big business because now you don't have to go to a store owned and operated by a black person or a black family to get your shea butter because
Hmm.
this other store of people who don't look like us, they're
Yep.
selling it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I really feel like as soon as they started making stuff like just they made everything so public. So now it's kind of like it doesn't even belong to, you know how they say, we can't have nice things. And I think that they've made a lot of money off of it because they know, hey, look, when black people celebrate anything, they buy stuff. So if we're selling it, they're gonna buy it from us. So now you have all this black history. Everybody is just it's cool. It's a fad. It's all right to be good and black as soon as the music comes on. But when the police pull up, now it's like, okay, only black people are gonna have to deal with that situation. This happened to me one time. I was riding with one of my coworkers. It was a white guy, and he said if we get pulled up by the police, I have an obligation to speak for you. And I was like, okay, keep talking. And he just
Right.
goes into saying that, hey, look, they're basically gonna listen to me because they're not gonna listen to you. And I said, well, you actually have a point because if we get caught in the hood, I'm gonna probably have to speak for you because they're not gonna want to hear a word you got to say, bro. That's just
Right.
and I had to realize that that's one of those things. So I think Black History being celebrated in the shortest month of the year every year, as opposed we can't compress that much information into 28 and 29 days. It's too many thousands of years of culture for us to be able to just talk about it, and we don't never get past Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King. They don't talk about Malcolm. They mention Malcolm, but they don't
Right.
speak about what he was really on. Because if they did, then they would show that him and Martin weren't too far apart when it came to the politics and when it came to the economics of the black community.
Hmm.
To continue on what you're saying, we have to kind of, put some of that responsibility amongst
What
ourselves
is that?
because
What is
we
that?
we accept a month. We shouldn't accept a month. We should
Right.
continue this every year. There's no one that could dictate and tell us, oh, well, you can't celebrate March.
Right.
March can't be Black History Month or May and June.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Miss
That
Day.
that's Miss
Miss
Day.
Day.
Yep.
Miss Day. Hi. Thank you. No, it ain't Miss Day. She muted.
I know. I just had to mess with her because she always do me like that.
Woo.
It's something.
It was somebody. Anywho, sorry about that. Carry on.
Oh, no, I mean that was pretty much it. I mean,
Yeah.
accountability, and we say, I've heard it said a few times, we have to take some responsibility in only accepting a month, change
Right.
it to our story and not his story,
Right. There's
and go on
too
from
many
there.
there's too many heroes, too many people to cover in just 1 month.
Right.
There's,
Right.
like you said, it's
Yeah.
way beyond Rosa Parks.
What
So
is
many
that?
untold stories, too.
Okay.
That's weird.
Shooby
It's
doo.
something.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Miss Day just. Anywho, so I agree. Black history cannot be summed up. Even I think that was Morgan Freeman. I forget who he was talking to. He had an interview, and they asked him to sum it all up in Black history in 29 or 28 days. Excuse me. He was like, "Can't do that. My whole entire history is not summed up in 28 days." So, parents, those of us who are parents, grandparents, if you are grandparents, take a moment and educate your children to the best of your capability. Y- Step out of the box. Don't do the normal stuff. Do something different. There's a whole lot of history out there. Uh, Desmond gave shout out on a good movie to watch, and I'm going back to it. I should have started, but I didn't. And I
It
think,
was Rustin or something. I thought it was
yeah,
on
yeah.
Netflix.
Who is
Hey, yes,
that?
What
Rustin.
is that? It's like something strange. Is that is odd.
You notice every time we have a meaningful conversation, that happens. I'm just saying. Every time.
Man, I'm like,
Every
what the
time.
heck?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird.
It's Bayard Rustin.
Mhm.
Right, I'm looking for
Rustin
it.
on
On
Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll
Also,
highlight the comments.
take your grandkids to the African American Museum. They also opened up a Black History Museum off of Jefferson in Arlington, over by the library. Check that out. Um, yeah, and they have a bunch of different programs that they'll be doing. And just look up Black History programs, Google that in Los Angeles or whatever. Take part. Get the kids involved. Get the grandkids involved.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to.
When you're teaching your or passing your history down, it's funny. I literally just had this conversation with my mom yesterday. On my mom's side of the family, our family name is Geddes, and that we're from South Carolina. And we trace
I
our
was just gonna say.
history all the way back to coming to this place, United States. And I am seventh generation, and we were trying to think of a way to continue passing down our history to the younger ones, because it gets to where they don't really want to hear it, but it's so funny because when you're telling this history, when you're going through this history, you finding all kind of crazy stuff out about your family and what they went through and who they were as individuals. Our name got changed from Get Us Together as my branch of it, because my great great grandfather was running away from the law and he joined the army and they changed his name. So we're like, oh, we're Gathers. Actually, we're Geddeses. So you just find out like so much, and you can make it interesting because to keep, you want to tell the truth, but you want to make it real, to get the younger ones involved and tell the stories. And my grandmother passed away 2 years ago at 81. My great grandmother passed away at 94, and they were able to tell us a lot. um, I
Yep.
still got uncles that are 90s sharp, and they pass it down. So, uh, that was the old school way, telling the stories, but that's the best way because it's your blood. So you're gonna, I have gleaned so much in the last 5 years, it doesn't even make sense that I didn't even know. So
Right.
I think that way is still a very good way. You're not going to get it in the history books. You're just not.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure. Is somebody maybe on a laptop, probably a laptop. I don't know what you're doing. You're scraping. Your computer is picking up every movement that you're making is picking it up. Is you put your hands up for real.
Don't shoot.
Finding up here.
Don't
I
shoot.
don't know if it's braids dragging on the
My
laptop, but
braids ain't no
if
near my
if you type
laptop.
on your keyboard, I
My
can hear
computer
it.
way
It's
over here.
shoot, be
I'm not gonna
do.
touch it.
I know who is
Okay.
not. It's not me.
It's not me.
Yeah, I think it's Miss Day. She just
All
playing.
right. Well, I think we had a very, I mean, we could probably go on and on and on and about Black history. We definitely have an obligation, you guys, to learn it, to teach it. Black history is your family history. Um, you know, be heavy into that, and a lot of us aren't. We disconnect. It's the same. Like I said, same old circle of Black history. Yeah, we did that, done that. Okay, cool. Ah, do something different. For those of us who have the opportunity, the space, to do family dinners, maybe we start teaching at family dinner. Come up with some way to educate our youth, some way for us as adults, because we are not exempt from learning about
Mm-mm.
what's going on, although we try to take ourselves out of that. So, yeah.
Also, they have
And
Black History games.
Hmm.
You can go
yeah.
online and order Black History games
Mm-hmm.
for the kids, for adults too.
Right.
Big money, big business.
Mm-hmm.
That is. Now, I'm not saying that some of our people aren't making some of the money too, but some of the other people are trying to figure out how they can capitalize on us because they know they only got 1 month to get all the money that they can until the next holiday. Until Juneteenth comes up because they're real excited about Juneteenth now being a federal holiday because they can be off of work.
Right.
These are
I'm off
conversations
from
I
work.
heard.
That's it. That's all
I
that
was like,
counts.
really? That's oh yeah, we got Juneteenth. Like, what is that? You know, but
Right.
that's neither here nor there. It just happens like that because people like to, you know.
And two, I get it with the Black history. Yes. Know about all of those uh I'm gonna call them Black superheroes for us that lost their lives in the struggle, who have paved the way. But your Black history exceeds that.
Yes, that's what I was going to
Your your
say.
your, your Black
Absolutely.
history is. Let me go to this comment right here. Uh, Ferdina says, "My great grandmother lived to 106, and still clear minded at death. She was still clear minded at death. I believe that she lived and shared with us. This is what it was to be black, colored, negroid, negro,
Yep.
right?
And like even in our family, we did a complete like history, and it's really amazing some of the things that my family did during the civil rights time. And I think even with my grandmother, who was 96, but every year we'd visit with her, we'd video her, and she would tell us, let us know information, tell us things. And so, even that, like having that understanding is so important, and making it fun for our kids, like not fun in the way that what we're talking about is fun, but interesting and fun to them so they can engage. Because like with my kids, when they had an opportunity to speak to my grandmother, they were just blown away by all the information and the details, and all really how our family was involved. So that kept them excited and wanted to learn more and more and more and more. So I think from that standpoint, those are some things that maybe we could also do to
Right.
assist with that teaching.
Should be do.
Maybe learn other cultures' history
Absolutely, yeah.
and match up the timelines and see what match and don't match, and kind of try to weed out the truth and put it together that way, because it's good to know, like like religion. How do you know you're Christian if you don't know what a Catholic is, or how are you Buddhist if you don't know what a Methodist is? Like, so it's good to learn all the things surrounding it and not just yours. That way you can narrow down the truth and get to the core of it.
Right. Good stuff, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all want to have a little bit of fun?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
We were. I don't know. I'm
Yes.
enjoying
Oh, okay. I'm
enjoying the
just making
conversation. I don't
sure.
know. Thought we would say.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
We can't hear you.
Oh, it was him making the noise.
You're muted.
I hit the little chord and it just went way left. I'm getting Miss Titus. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What?
She ain't gonna laugh.
Look
She
at her
ain't gonna
face.
laugh.
He's studying you.
he's like,
She
no,
ain't gonna laugh.
no.
Whatever.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Here we go. We're gonna move on. My next question. And I know y'all gonna give me these little funky little one-word answers, but you know it's a setup. So
Already
proceed
know.
with caution. Here we go.
Oh, brother.
Have you ever been in love? And if so, don't you dare wobble your head. And if so, what did it or what did or does it feel like? Let's go.
Ooh.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Yes.
It's
Mhm.
a euphoric high temporary feeling that it goes up and down. It's not gonna stay up here all the time if you in love, if it's real. Uh so yeah, like a
Okay,
high.
pause. Sorry, Devin. Pause. Have you ever, have you, have you, have you, have you, have you, have you, have you ever been in love? If so, what did or does it feel like? So when you answer the question, don't give me this roundabout of what it could be, or let me know what you experienced. What was your euphoric world?
That was go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Well, I have been in love, and it's a feeling of when you're not with that person, you feel like a part of you is missing, like you're just not complete, and you just always want to be in their presence, always want to be around the way they smell, talk. You know that's even when it's bad and you're upset at that person or y'all going through it, you still want to be in around them.
One
That's
of
what
my
it is for me.
one of my first thoughts was addictive.
Yeah.
Addictive.
Mhm.
Some of the same reasons that Doughboy's saying.
It's like the scent of a man. You know, they talk about a scent of a woman, but there's like the scent of a man. Like you just want to be like, I don't know, in his space, like all up in his space, you know? Like it just makes you just feel something. For me, I just felt not even, just like I wanted to just be with that person as much as I could be and talk to them. Not like just be with them like, you know, in a sexual way or anything, just being around them, doing things together. Like I just couldn't get enough of being with them and having conversation with them and, you know, just sharing my life with them.
Tam said, "You give me butterflies inside, inside." What?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Ooh, I
Okay.
got
Okay.
butterflies.
Ever got butterflies?
Oh no.
Let's see
I
here.
got
Love
butterflies.
brought me home last night. Really? Love. Love brought me home last
Isn't that a
night.
song?
Yes.
I
Tony
got a
Braxton.
movie.
Tony Braxton, yeah.
It is powerful emotion one can experience. Ask God. John 3:16. My God. Damon Jackson. Hold
There's
on here.
different kinds
Lauren
of
said,
love.
No doubt.
love me some me. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. So yes. me. Mhm.
Is he saying he's in love
So
with me, with himself?
yeah, he
Is
I
that what he's
think there
saying?
was a earlier. Let me see if I can get it. There was an earlier right here. He says, "My greatest love was when I found myself."
Myself. Hmm.
So let me give it to him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
found myself. Hey, but that's a lot of us don't even know who that is. So
Yep,
shoot, be do. Okay, so
that's real.
everybody's experienced that feeling of love. Love. Y'all think I don't be paying attention in our little chats? We be talking and we be talking. Shouts out to my guy, Doughboy. Let me out the car, though, because you be coming with some
Yeah.
stuff for real, for real, for real.
Woo-wee.
Um,
I love it.
but we're gonna explore this.
Uh-oh. I forgot what I put.
Yeah,
Which one?
boy.
Yeah.
So with love, you
Which one now?
guys, with love, let me get rid of this comment here. Right there. Let's do it like this. Da, da, da. With love, more so now probably than ever, comes the opposite. And let me just say this. We we are not psychiatrists, psychologists, gynecologists, or any other. Somebody might have a degree, I don't know, but we're speaking from personal experiences, personal
Hmm.
knowledge of others, and just speaking about real life scenarios and situations. So please don't judge anybody from the Grown Folk Network, nor will we be judging anybody from the chat. We're just exchanging thoughts, mindsets. The opposite of love. Oh, welcome back, Mello. Thank you. The opposite of love, and we all mixed in. Okay, y'all wanted to be segregated, huh? Or not segregated. I'm sorry. So let's
Black
shuffle that
History
like
Month.
that. There you go. Let's do it like this. Damn, bam, pow. There we go. Now we got a little bit of that. The opposite of love is not in love, right?
Huh.
And I'm not using the word hate, but I am going to ask: have you ever been heartbroken?
Hmm.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Let's talk about being heartbroken. One, let's talk about the effects that being heartbroken has on women, men. Let's start. Heartbroken. Anybody felt been heartbroken other than Talina's? Mm-hmm.
It
Oh,
probably
yeah.
kind of fresh.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
Let's
we all have.
no, not fresh. It's just sometimes it just breaks in a way that just the thought of it just brings that memory back. Like I'm not reliving that experience, but just the thought brings back the memory because it was that difficult and devastating.
Can you guys hear me?
okay. Yes, we hear you. Snoopy Click Mellow, we hear you.
I've been talking all night. Anybody says shit.
Oh, now we can hear you.
Reverse you.
Now we hear you.
Oh,
Are you
He said
That's
hoping
all
all
you
you
night.
got
wanted
it?
to know? That's it?
oh
That's
no.
all you got?
Because what I said, I was going. Well, I got to jump back to the other question to answer
O-
this question.
Okay, go
I
for it.
Yes, I've been in love, probably a few times, but to me, the greatest love was when my daughter was born.
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
that and how did it make me feel? It was scary. I, I understand why people say that love is a weakness because now I know if anybody wants to get to me, all they got to do is hurt her. And like I said, I'm a kill everything in sight for her, even down to this day. Uh, Now to answer this question, the heartbroken, I've been heartbroken probably one or two times, but the most heartbroken I felt is dealing with some situation now that I'm dealing with my daughter. That has been the greatest heartbreak so far that I have experienced. And I hope like somebody told me, I'm not gonna get over it, I'm gonna get through it. So hopefully one day I will get through that or get over it. But even with I've been heartbroken by a female and nothing compares to this. the love I experienced, nothing compared to that day that Tyler was born. So I just wanted to take it a different way. It's not even, I'm usually the sexual one, but it has nothing.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
that's my greatest love to this day, and my greatest heartbreak to this day.
And I agree with you because my heartbreak is something similar, and it was with one of my children. And that right there is just the thought of it. It just, oof, it's heavy.
Hmm.
It's heavy.
So I guess I'll do the true confessions of the day. What about you, Onyx? So I had a childhood girlfriend. I really liked this girl, but we kids. We talking elementary, right? But if you remember that song, Michael Jackson, "She's Out of My Life," yeah. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I don't know whether to live or die. So this childhood friend of mine, actually girlfriend, we broke up, and I kept that Michael Jackson on rotation for a
Just keep picking at it. Just
long.
keep picking at
Just
that
come
scab.
on, man, for a long time. I was born in the month of October. That makes me what, a Libra. My scales
No
get
wig.
unbalanced, they be unbalanced. If they balance, we in a good space. But if they get off one way versus the other, and if it's the bad side, oh, it's off, it's off, it's off, it's off. So I never told the girl that, you really broke my heart. But we became, friends after the fact, so on and so forth. Still friends, but man, that was a sad point in my life, but it also was a educational point in my life because even
Education.
educational,
Education.
right? Educational point for me, even to the point where my mom even had to like, look, there are going to be girls and there are going to be girls. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That was life's history for me. However, guess what? Keisha Cole said you can't help who you love.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, that's who I loved at that time. The second situation was when I really got into this young lady who I really wasn't supposed to like, but I did, but I didn't, but I did. It was my sister's friend who would always say, "Give her a chance, give her a chance, give her a chance." And when I finally did give her a chance and we started hanging out, we hit it off real good. Unfortunately, she lost her life in a car accident due to a drunk driver. Not only did she pass away, but so did her mom on the same day. They shared the same birthday, just different years, and they shared the same death day.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's something that sits even to this day on my heart. Um, that I don't think I'll ever heal from it. But like Mello said, I've gotten through it. Other things have come into my life, the birth of my daughter, so on and so forth. Other people have come into my life that really have made an impact on me. But those are the two scenarios that heartbreak is real. And if I like you, I like you. If I love you, I love you. So yeah, that's my story.
Oh,
Okay,
Lauren
man.
says it well. He
Oh
says
yeah.
women
No. Oh
women
yeah.
think men don't go through it, but we do. We just try not to show it. That part right there, yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
That
It's
part
it's
right
different.
there.
It's different for us because well, in my opinion, men are taught to shell their feelings. So when
Correct.
when a man is heartbroken, we find other ways to cope or get over or get through. Um, and women are more emotional. They're allowed to express their feelings, so I feel like they experience heartbreak different.
right.
Hmm.
But it's just as hard. It's just as hard for a man to go through some heartbreak. I've been through it personally, and I've been stuck on the couch for about 2 weeks behind this woman, and after that, I was like, I'll never let another woman do me like that. It doesn't mean I'm not capable of loving. It just means I know how to hold myself together so that doesn't happen again. Because I try not to hold on to things anyway, but you can't help but to learn from things that you've been through. They kind of shape you into who you are.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll never let another woman have my heart to break it. I'll love her and I can be in love with her, but I'm gonna keep my heart because I'm gonna make sure that I always love me.
You
That's
know,
fair. That's
that-
really fair.
a fair statement, but it also it brings the limitation. And I'm
It
not
does.
knocking you, but it brings the limitation to us as men. We want to love. We want to be loved. We want to experience and feel the same pleasures that ladies experience emotionally and all that good stuff. But those instances cause us to be like, yeah, okay, I'm good.
I mean, I still love my love is in the back right now. It's
Hey,
just
love.
different how she can't hear you. They said, "Hey, love." Um, no, it's I guess I can't find how to
Oh,
coordinate my
yeah.
words properly to convey what I'm trying to say. That I still experience love. I still have emotions and feelings, and I feel love, and it makes me want to do things and be around and all those things. But I just know that that heartbreak is real. So I'm always prepared, you know, because you can't predict what a person is going to do or how they're going to act or how they're going to change a year or 2 years down the line. They might just decide, hey, you know what, I don't love you no more, or whatever, you know. And then
Right.
you're left there to pick up the pieces. See, I just keep my pieces together so I don't have to pick them up, if that makes sense.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
for me, also on the other side of it, like with when I was heartbroken, man heartbroken, I think for me, I became a lot more guarded. And because, you know, I can be a little mannish, then I just kind of took that.
What?
A little.
Maybe a little mannish. I just kind of took that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And that's kind of how I handle a lot of things. Like I don't really allow um, someone to get that, you know, that close to me anymore. And then when I do, or I have tried to do this, I have great girlfriends in my life, and they're like, listen, you know, if you really want the kind of relationship and love you say you want, you're going to have to allow yourself uh, to let people in or let your person in. And I still find that it's difficult, kind of like what the boy is saying. I'm still really guarded. I reserve something still for me. I don't give it all. And I think that's also problematic, right? Because it's really not fair to my person, right? Because he's not getting all of me to a degree, because I can still reserve some things for myself, continue to love myself, but also still give to you. And I think that that's been a bit of a challenge. So,
You can be vulnerable, right? Well, me, I can be vulnerable. I just don't lose myself in a person no more. As to far as like when we break up, now I don't even know what restaurants I like to go to. I don't even know what movies I like because I was so into her that I lost myself. So you can still be vulnerable. You can still have those moments of openness and weakness and be in depth with that person, but just don't ever lose yourself. And I think that's what happens is people get lost in their other person, and when they get their heart broke, they don't know what to do because they don't even know who they are anymore. So you know, just don't forget who you are.
Oh,
I
that's a
think
strong
we ended
fact.
up I think we all ended up, in my opinion, I think all of us ended up in messed up situations, relationships where we got our heart broken. So then when we get with the person who we're supposed to be with, it's hard to be able to adapt to what we really been asking for this whole time because we gave it to the wrong individuals. And now it's like, well, I did this for this person and now I feel stupid for doing this. I ain't gonna do that no more. Cause that was my heartbreak. Like, man, I was upset at myself. Like, how did I not see that coming? When I have an analytical mind, but I had to look back and say, oh, okay. So hindsight is 2020. So when
Mhm.
if you have to go into a relationship knowing, okay, you know what, this is a brand new relationship. This is not those other people that I was with because if you
yeah.
do that, you gonna isolate yourself off the whole world. If you say, "Well, I don't want to go to this restaurant because me and my ex went there," you're gonna end up staying at the house forever. You'll never go anywhere, especially if you had a lengthy relationship. So I think that's what it is. We give too much to the wrong people. So when we get with the right people, now we trying to hold on because it's like it's that fear. It's like I don't want to. I don't gamble. I don't want to gamble again because the last time I crapped out.
Right.
So
That's almost like that
Yep.
black girl blessings that we was talking about last week. Because
Yep.
I'm gonna guard my heart. I'm not gonna let nobody never again. And we are missing. We're missing that one opportunity that really is
Right.
ours for the taking, but we're hesitant because this already didn't happen to be. So I'm good. Nah, pass. We cool, but we not that cool. Yeah.
I think after heartbreak, you learn to love better. You learn to love harder. You just
Sometimes.
But you know
just
what?
Yeah.
sometimes,
I
or it
think
might
because
turn
I
into a
love
monster
hard,
altogether.
period. See, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Here's Doughboy says we what again?
wait. What did I say? The last part.
We love harder. I think you said we love harder.
We
Something
love
like
Yeah,
harder,
after a
right?
heartbreak, yeah, you love harder, because
Yeah,
you try to do things to prevent it from happening again. So you're thinking like, okay, so what did I do wrong? Let me fix that. Let me be a better person for a person that actually deserves it. And when you get it right, it's a good thing.
But
that
that could
part.
become a defense mechanism because now you're overcompensating for who you really are.
Yep.
So now it's like,
Yes.
is it all the way you, or is it just you trying to beef it up to make sure
Right.
you're
Well,
safe?
that's why I
It's
Right.
like
said
a protection.
be you. Stay. Don't lose who you are. So you don't overdo it. You just, you know,
Just let it flow.
if you ever draw and you start out you do a stick figure and it don't work so well, then you add a little more detail, then you add a little more you just work on your craft, and if you just get better at it.
I think that
L-
just the word heartbreak, it's something that has to heal. And so when you've been heartbroken and you don't allow yourself to heal, um, to me, healing looks like I'm looking in the mirror and I'm gonna see what part I may have played in the breakup or whatever. What the whole picture, and being transparent with yourself, being honest enough with yourself to recognize what you did or didn't do that may have led to it, what they did or didn't do that led to the breakup. Healing, in that healing time, you're learning yourself. That's that helps you to move forward so that when you do come across another level of your life, you're not bringing that mess
That.
with you. You're bringing
Hmm.
what you learn from it, because we don't forget, but you're bringing a healthy you to the new relationship.
Right.
And that heartbrokenness has to heal before you can do that. I think.
Yeah,
But I
because
think,
heartbreak, it. I'm sorry, I thought you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
oh,
I was done.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say because for me, heart when my heart was broken, it didn't it didn't stop me from loving loving like I would do in the next relationship. But what it did teach me was, I wouldn't say guard my heart, but it helped me to recognize the signs faster, of things that I wouldn't tolerate and what I could think was worth working out, if that makes sense. So, heartbreak, after looking back on it, because I took 2 years to myself after my heartbreak. I just was like by myself, like no dating, no nothing, just chilling, just reflecting on what was what, you know? And so when I got into my next relationship with somebody who was deserving of it, I didn't skip a beat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't bring that last relationship into my new relationship,
hmm,
because I had took that time for myself to heal. I think a lot of us do not heal when we're
Yeah.
heartbroken, or in a love relationship when something devastates us. We might be by ourselves for a second, and then you quickly move on, and then you're bringing that into the next situation, whether you know it or not. You think you're fresh and you're moving on, but no, you're either looking at that person and saying, "Oh, you just like my ex." You're thinking to yourself, so you treat them as such, or you, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, like, or you're bringing your insecurities because of that last relationship into your next,
Right.
because you haven't taken time for yourself. That's my that's what I that's the main thing you have to deal with when you are heartbroken. You have to take time out for yourself to heal yourself.
Yep.
If not,
Right.
you don't do nothing else.
I've
It's
left.
Don't let nobody put no
Absolutely.
time limit on that either, because other people
Exactly.
might, man, you still crying over her, or you still crying over him.
Right.
That was 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they were together for X amount of years, so you can't just turn it off like that. You know what I'm saying? So don't listen to nobody else but yourself, your own heart.
Yep.
Hey, I'm still not
Mm-hmm.
feeling right about this, so I'm not ready to go out and date. I'm not ready to go out and go to parties or just be around people,
Yep.
because I'm trying to get myself together. And I don't think that people really realize how important it is to just sit somewhere and be still.
Yes.
it's a loss. So it's actually
Yeah.
for some people like a mourning process. It's a loss,
Yeah,
so no one can determine how the length of time or your schedule of emotions, what you have to work your way through. Nobody's
Mhm.
relationship's the same, nobody's love levels the same. You can't compare anybody to anybody else.
Shouts out to
Yeah.
the chat, you guys. The chat has really been ringing in with the comments,
Mm-hmm.
the thoughts. I left
Right.
Lauren's comment up. This is my Libra twin. We always say that. My Libra bro. We share the same birthday, literally. But he says men have a lot of growing to do, or growing up to do. We are way behind women when it comes to showing our feelings.
even
Late,
processing our feelings,
Right.
just
correct. I
trying to
was gonna say,
process it. We don't even know what to do. We'd be like, I don't know, bro. Give me a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
ladies,
Right.
don't let that get to you because we're designed different. We got to remember that too. You know,
Yes. Absolutely.
our chemical buildup is different. So it's not so much. And personally, I don't think it's that we're behind. We just do it differently,
right?
and it shows through our actions and words, or lack of actions or words, when expressing our emotions or feelings.
Lack
So
Ladies
of.
yeah,
have the
you couple that
opportunity.
different. Sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Onyx.
Ladies have the opportunity to share amongst themselves. Men shy from it. Men, we have to create a network of fellas that we can outreach to. We can reach out to. You don't always got to talk to the ladies. Sometimes you have to talk to the men outside of, how do I get that? Uh, how do I connect with her mentally? Those are some of the things that we need the education on. Some of us are raised by men. Some of us are raised by ladies. If you're raised by a man, the educational tips are different than
Mhm.
when your mama got you. It's
Sure.
different.
Sure.
My mama taught me how to interact with the ladies. This is how you talk to a lady. This is what you do for the lady. Blah 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 blah. Not knocking anybody that was raised by their dad, but a lot of times that education is off a little bit. Why? I learned from a woman that wanted to be treated a certain kind of way.
Mhm.
Mm.
So I apply what she's taught me in my personal life. There's a certain way you talk, there's a certain way you don't talk. But amongst us as fellas, we supposed to be able to share that. Hey, Devin, XYZ, man. No, 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 don't do that.
Right.
Doughboy, hey, Doughboy is young, but guess what? He got a whole bunch of knowledge. Hey, man, this is what I've seen in my life. And we start comparing notes, not to talk about somebody, but to learn from other people's
Right.
experiences. And that's where men We fail to connect with other men on simple stuff like that. What do I do? My lady, my old lady, my lady, my girl, she mad at me, man. What I'm gonna do? One bro will say, yeah, let her
Right.
go, whatever. Right?
Leave him over at the bar.
Right?
Yeah.
That ain't
Other
who you don't talk to that cat because he gonna give you
Yeah.
he gonna have you in the
that part.
doghouse because
You
he
gotta
might
Other
look at his
right.
situation. Is he
He
with his
might be a
lady or
little
is he single? Because
misery
you
loves
can't.
company, Jack.
come on,
Right.
But
man.
that's the same for women who, when you're going through something and they're like, "Oh, just leave them alone." That's not your friend, because they have to understand it's a person that you loved and your heart is broken, regardless of what whatever you might have felt about the person. You have to respect them, and because you're my friend and you respect me, so you have to respect that person also and understand what I'm going through and be there for me in that way. And if you can't, then I personally, I don't consider you to be my friend then, because
Right,
that should not be what you're sitting back to say.
right,
So
right. I personally love engaging in conversation with ladies, strong ladies, ladies with a mind, ladies with an opinion. I just want to know. Let me. Can I ask you a question? Sure, or vice versa, because that's how
mhm.
you learn to deal with one another. And then in return, I share what I learned with the fellas, my bros. Hey, man, I like I said, I think it was last week. I said it. I ride in a motorcycle club. Everybody know that. But the very first club I joined, the president of that club said, "Hey, none of these ladies belong to you. If they want to deal with you, they'll let you know that they want to deal with you. Don't sweat none of these ladies. Don't do none of that. I don't do none of that at all. 9 times out of 10, hey, Onyx. Hey, shy guy, that's me. But then again, no.
Right. Right.
Right.
No.
I ain't know we was gonna be
Right.
lying. I ain't know we was gonna be already lying.
I'm gonna have to take a sip
Oh,
on that
come
one.
on.
I
But
call
guess
bull
what?
sugar.
Whatever. That's how it works, though. You learn to talk, engage in a simple conversation. You can make friends and not do nothing. Just smile. You ain't got to say a whole lot. Open the door for a lady. I don't know. Something. Don't look at Lolo's eyes, though. Do not look. But that's what it boils down to. So, fellas, especially in my circle of brothers, I'm always open. I love seeing my gentleman brothers on this show. Glover, I see you. That's detail. A lot of my bros just tap in here. Why? Because they're learning. Quiet as it's kept, they're learning how to deal with certain people. We've made grievous errors as men sometime in dealing with women. What better way to learn from about a woman than from a woman? We just got to listen. Be willing to listen. And brothers, we got to be willing to correct one another when we are moving wrong. Just that simple.
And that's a two-way street.
Come on, what that say? It's your boy Onyx. Well,
Well,
some
some
of
of
y'all
Some of
boy.
y'all boy.
It's catching on, y'all. I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
T-shirt to say that. Shoot, why not? Let's go.
Well,
I
Little
like it.
slogan. Little slogan.
Hey, it's my moniker. It's your boy. Anywho, man, I love us being able to sit here and talk. You guys, please. I didn't get the numbers because before Talina asked me how many subscribers we have right now, I don't know.
I'll go pull it up on the phone.
Pull it up for me, please.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
We are working on a
And as
goal.
y'all come into the YouTube channel, please hit the likes because the likes do not add up to the views, and I don't understand.
They do
I don't
not. I did see
understand.
that earlier.
That
Right?
be they're so engulfed in just watching the show, but you gotta get engaged, people.
You
You
gotta
gotta
hit
get
that like
engaged. Just
on
bring
your
it
way
on.
out, on your way
302.
in.
We at
It
302,
only takes
y'all.
woo,
302.
we
Yep.
climbing. Oh,
Oh,
Hey, and hit that
yeah.
bell. Hit that
Right.
bell so you can get the notification. So when the show comes
I
on,
put
you'll
that
already
up.
know about it in case you forget.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I know, if you ain't got it on your schedule, you might forget. You might
Come
be on the
on.
toilet. Oh, the show on. So
don't
hit
forget
that
to
bell.
That's
share it.
right.
Right.
Share
Let me
it.
Let me acknowledge the chat, you guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yes.
I appreciate, and let me
Yes.
give y'all one.
Keel,
I
make sure you
appreciate
come back
Oh
next
yeah.
week, baby.
seeing y'all here, man. This is what makes the conversation unique, fun, interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
My podcast or our podcast is not like all the others that you just sit there and you just listen and listen. This is interactive. We count on you, and we hope that you count on us to provide content that we all can learn from. Not just we're not clowns. We're not just here to perform for you. Sorry,
Right.
we're here to learn from each other. We learn from you. You learn from us. And with that, I do encourage you to hit the subscribe button, share it, man. Tell a friend, pass it down, share the podcast with some of your friends, your inner circle, so that we can grow this. Our goal is to get to 500 before the season end. Tonight was episode number 6. That gives us a total of 8 more,
8 episodes. Yeah.
8 more episodes, you guys. So let's push that. Let's get to 500. It's a long way from 1,000, but we've been sitting at 2 and some change for a long time. And we're just trying to grow this, support one another. We support you. You support us. Again, special thank yous and shouts out to my girl, Tamara, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Oops. Let me not hide all of her words and stuff when she fired me. Boy, oh boy. Let's get rid of
Never,
that. There we
never.
go.
There you go.
Flavor Flames candles, light it up with the flavor. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna take a picture of. Let me get rid of this so y'all can see these faces. I'm gonna take a picture of the box that's over there, the contents in it. But definitely, I've continued to have a great time with you guys. Believe it or not, you are helping me. No, I'm not. Losing my mind or anything, but it's nice to be able to talk to people who want to have conversation,
Mhm.
adult conversation, not on some D and P stuff, but on some just general adulting. That's
Yeah.
what this platform is about, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment.
Without judgment.
Any final words from the Grown Folk Network? Any final words?
I like what Renee Elise had to say.
Renee, let me see. Renee's in the building. Good
Mhm.
evening, Renee. I see you. Wait a minute.
It's a long statement, but it's
Okay, here we go.
kind of what
Renee
yeah.
says, "Oh, here we go. For me, real love is a very deep connection. The desire to be with them as often as possible in their sphere of being." I like that sphere, not they space, but they sphere.
Mhm.
Mm. The deeper the connection, sleep patterns become the same.
Mhm.
Really, the ability to
Yep.
sense when they are awake, when you aren't in their presence. That true feeling of being connected, they are more constantly on the being they are constantly on your mind.
Amen.
The excitement of finally being in their presence after waiting to see them. When you close your eyes, you can see them, feel them, hear them. It's a connection that's almost, what is that?
Probably indescribable.
Indescribable.
That's what I think it
Well,
says.
I'm gonna take that. Let me
Me
give it
too.
to her.
Yeah.
Oh
Woo!
yeah.
That was good. That
Oh
was good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
like that comment.
Marlon, I
That's
see you, man. That's my guy.
wrong.
Marlon, appreciate you. Good show. That says good show from Busy. You guys, if you don't have anything
Busy.
else from the grown folk, them, final words from
Oh,
any of you
I
guys.
did have something to say, Onyx, before we head out. Please,
Yes.
please, please, if you don't do no other time, support Black businesses.
Yes,
Let's recycle them dollars, okay?
yes.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
And if I may add to that, Black businesses, please don't try to use this opportunity to get rich.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don't
Can't
use
win
this
it.
opportunity to get
Hmm.
rich.
Exactly. Because you can't win
But
a race in the
Say
first
it.
lap.
come on, create a network for yourself to get that business to continue to come back to you. You ain't got to sell $50 plates at a $10 event.
Right.
That's all.
Say that.
That part.
Like, I ain't even hungry no more, bro. I'm gonna drink me some water.
I'll just take
I'm going to the
water.
taco truck down the street.
I'm not even hungry no more. With that, you guys.
Wait, real quick, Onyx, and for you men out there, if you are in the LA area, I'll send it to you, Onyx, so you can post it also. But I did post it. There are going to be free prostate exams happening on the 17th, Saturday, the 17th. 7301 Southwestern Avenue at the medical clinic. It is free. I'll be volunteering.
Wait, you checking prostate? Hold on, you checking prostates?
Look,
I don't get to do that part.
She said, "I'm gonna be volunteering."
Hey,
let me know if you need some help, T.
How many of y'all want to go with me to get our prostates checked with Talina?
Yes, come on down.
With you.
I might have to come out there with a chair and just help you with the line. All those
I said, let me know if you need me.
Yes, I do. We do.
I mean, they care about that.
Yo hablo español.
Yes, we do need you. So definitely come out. I will send it to Onyx, so we'll post it also, and it's on my Facebook page as well. So if you can make it out, not only you all, but any other men you know, sons, grandfather, anybody, let's get out there and get it done. Get it checked out. Because
Please
it
do.
is so important.
Send me the flyer. We're gonna definitely tag it in here. To all my fellas, it's an opportunity. We've talked about this before in the past. Prostate cancer is real. It happens. So, to those of you in my motorcycle community, this is an opportunity for us to go get checked. We always hear about getting your breast exams and blah, 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 blah. It's our chance. It's our opportunity. So if T is holding or checking or maybe
I
got
both.
Oh my God!
I wonder how I got here.
I'm not.
Right.
Hey, I love you guys. From the desert to the sea, to all the cities in between, we're gonna go home like this.
Look, this has its. Hey, I'm trying to bring the West back. Tell them that I said that. Avenue, the true respect to you, surviving setbacks. I'm from where you gotta keep it glocky for the get back. And every time I drive somebody yaki on my dispatch, got her like, ooh, like the way he move, like the way he talking, how he doing what he do, like the way he step 1, 2, 1, 2. Get to know me, baby, take a walk in my shoes. I be